Hello guys and welcome into today's video. We are going to be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. So this game originally came out, I believe, in 1999. So it's crazy to think about. It's over 20 years old. But we are going to take a trip down memory lane and see if we can beat this game. We're going to go ahead and start a new game. And for the name, I am probably going to go with a Tem, which if y'all haven't watched the series yet, kind of a spoiler alert, that is the Pharaoh's name. Y'all can put whatever name you want. I think it's a max of 6 characters, which kind of sucks. Especially if you just want to put your name, because some people's names are longer than 6 characters. This is it. I found it at last. The forbidden treasure of the ancient sorcerers. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Okay, so this game takes place in ancient Egypt, and this is gonna be our... I believe he's like the right-hand man of the king, so he kind of acts as our babysitter, I guess you could say. My dear prince, are you going to the city to play cards again? You are of royal blood, walking into the city streets dressed as a commoner. Have you no shame? Quite frankly, I'm embarrassed. I don't know if all games did this, but I thought it was pretty cool that it gives you options. And if we keep listening, I think we just end up going back to our room and don't get to do anything. So we are gonna run away. Wait, stop, my prince. Crap, he's gone. So we have the Pharaoh's Palace to explore, the duel ground, the town plaza, the card shop, and the shrine. I don't think we can do anything in the shrine. Card shop is kind of like a save point. And spoiler alert, we can't actually buy cards there. Lots of people are gathered at the town plaza, but there's nothing of interest. Alrighty. I guess the duel ground it is.
I've been waiting for you, Atom. Jonah was also here a few minutes ago, but he's gone now. How about a duel?
And this is gonna be our first duel, so we are gonna take her up on her offer, and we are gonna duel her.
Okay, let's play. Hope you're not a sore loser.
So this is gonna be our chest where we start collecting all of our cards. That after every duel, we do gain a somewhat random card. and this is where we're going to store all of our cards. And if you scroll right, is going to show you what our deck looks like. You have to have 40 cards in your deck at all times. If you have 39, 20, anything less, it won't allow you to. But yeah, this is pretty much like the first Yu-Gi-Oh game or at least one of the first Yu-Gi-Oh games. I think now the recent one is Master Duels. So since this is the first one, it is going to be a little bit more simplistic. You can organize your chest and your deck at the very top by hitting the select button. If you are using a PlayStation controller, you're gonna hit the select button. I believe these are your most recent. This one I'm not too sure. I think it looks like it organizes your cards by type. So we only have one dragon. Unfortunately, dragons are going to be the most powerful, most custom cards you would want in order to fuse. So for example, this one is a spellcaster. This one also has its uses, but it's very particular, but it's not the worst type that you can get. And then we got organizing it by the highest defense, attack, and this one I am not too sure how that one's organized. Yeah, I'm not really too sure what these other two are. Seem a little bit random, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the duel. This is gonna be a long video at first, just explaining everything. So in the top right corner, the blue is your opponent. They have 8,000 life points and they currently have 40 cards. And if you saw, we went down to 35. That is because when we open our hand, every time you start a duel, you start with 5 cards in your hand at all times. And so back to the hand thing. So you don't want to actually run out of cards. If you do run out of cards before you lower your opponent's life points, you do technically lose. After every turn, so say I wasted 3 cards this turn, or even all 5, or just 1, however many cards I lose, that's how many I'm gonna gain on my next turn. So if I use all these cards at once at this turn, and after my opponent goes and it comes back to me, I will gain an additional 5 cards. So at that time I would only have 30, and so on and so forth. Like I said, you don't want to run out of cards because then that's an automatic loss. Another way you win, which is more typical, is your LP, which is life points. You get your opponents to go down to 0. Every monster has an attack and defense. Right there, or for this one specifically, he has 450 attack and 500 defense. Another thing that's unique is, like I was saying, at the very top you can find the type of the monster. So this one is an aqua monster. There is certain fusions that are more compatible with other types of monsters. For example, a dragon and aqua can create like this water dragon. It's like an 1800 attack or so. Anyways, that's pretty much how we're gonna progress through the level and how you ultimately beat the game. Especially in the beginning, we're gonna be fusing a lot of monsters because our monsters aren't really that strong what we start with. And then as you can see, the next category is the Guardian Star. This is actually completely unique to this game. So Guardian Stars, they give you an advantage if you happen to go against another Guardian Star. The Guardian Stars, they're actually named after the planets. So Neptune and Jupiter is the 2 options that we can choose, and I will try to post an image of what Guardian Stars overpower other ones. The ones I can quickly remember is, I believe Mercury has an advantage over Sun. So, you know, I did mention sun. So say we were facing a Mercury Guardian Star, and if we attacked them, they would gain 500 attack and defense. So we have a greater disadvantage of losing that fight. That's gonna definitely come into play, especially if, you know, like I said in the beginning, we're gonna be having weaker monsters, and that 500 boost of attack and defense can really help to destroy a monster. So I don't think we can do much, and I don't really like these aqua monsters. You can't really do much with them, so we are gonna fuse them. Oh, okay, so I didn't even mention how you fuse monsters. So how you fuse monsters is you hit the up on your controller, and that allows you to select this one card. And if you go over to the next one and you hit the up, those two monsters are gonna fuse. And spoiler alert, those two monsters actually don't create anything. But if they don't create anything, your second monster will overtake the first one. So as just a friendly reminder, you probably want to have the second monster that has the higher attack be your second monster, just in case there's a mistake and they don't actually fuse into something. At least you're left with a stronger monster. So that's what we will do. Leave as sun, and you can place it in defense or attack. I think, well, I guess for this, it's probably, in any duel, it's probably smarter to leave it in defense. That way you don't take any battle damage. But this is going to be our first match. I don't think she really has any strong monsters, to be honest. So we're just going to be fusing these cards, and I say fusion, but we're not really fusing. It's more just to kind of get rid of cards. Another thing that I forgot to mention is there is a field, and right now the field is neutral, which you can tell by looking in the top left. Let's see. So yes, in the top left you are going to see that the field is neutral. If we did have a field card to play, like for example, there's a meadow, desert, those types of fields, certain monsters will gain benefit. So for example, I believe like a meadow will have warriors have a boost.
One part wasteland and one part forest. And who thrives in the forest? Bugs! The strongest, most powerful insects rule the forest. So as long as I play my bugs in the forest area, I get a field power bonus. I guess you just weren't listening when Pegasus said that this tournament would have exciting new surprises in store for us. Maybe if you were smart enough to steal the tournament's secret new rules like I did, you'd be getting a field power bonus instead of me!
And then we also have equip cards. Equip cards is going to grant power to dark sorcerers. So this is great. I think I believe this is a dark sorcerer. So we're going to try it and see if we can equip it. Awesome. See? All right. Alright, there we go. We got a 500 boost in attack and defense, which is pretty great, actually. Because if y'all been playing Yu-Gi-Oh, there are some cards that only boost your attack or defense. But this is one of the first games, so everything's pretty simplistic for the beginning. You can only summon or use one card at a time, so that's why kind of using cards is your best bet. It kind of speeds up the process in dueling. And the more you play, the more you'll kind of understand what fusions will work and which ones don't. But we are going to attack with the sun, and we have a Guardian Star boost of, it's going to be 500 because we're going against the moon. So you'll see that. Alrighty, and that is it. We have won our first match. You'll get results of the duel. You'll see how many cards you used, how many life points you and your opponent have. Also, depending on the grade, and there's other YouTube players that have really dove into this and kind of gave you a breakdown of how you can get a better grade. But we're just going to be playing it like kind of normal. I do know certain things of this breakdown of the duel will give you a better overall grade, such as face downs, equip magic, traps, field spells, and effective attacks. Effective attacks, what that is when you attack a monster and you also inflict damage to your opponent. And as you can see, the way we inflict damage to our opponent is when they're in attack position, and your opponent loses the difference of the two monsters that are being attacked. So if they have a higher attack monster than you do, then you'll lose the difference. But yeah, for our first duel, not bad. We got 3 stars, which is like a B rank. It goes, I think the highest is S, and then A technical, and it just kind of goes down from there. A, B, C, D, and then an F. They don't give Fs. If you get an F, that's because you lost. And we always get a random monster at the end, and this random monster that we got is this Full Servant, which is a zombie.
Ouch. It looks like I lost. Oh well. I'll play you again when I get a little better.
Okay, so we can talk to someone else, but we'll just kind of, we can probably face 3 to 4 duelists, and they're pretty much on the same skill level as Taya. I think her name's Tayana. So we're just gonna go outside for the moment.
Hey, did you know that there's a festival going on in the town plaza? Come on, let's go check it out. I'll bet we'll find Jono there. Wow, there's lots of people around. Look, the mages are about to start their procession. Awesome. But kinda spooky too. This must be the work of that detestable high mage, Haishin. When I was a kid, it used to be more wholesome. Even the attitude of the mages have changed for the worse. What's our world coming to? Wanna go someplace else? Look, it's Shadow. I can't believe it, but he's dueling over there.
I lost. I believe I've wasted my efforts on an insignificant speck. Say what? Forgive my choice of words. You were mildly entertaining.
Hey, Jono.
I want to say her name is Tana, and it's Tam, which is us.
What's going on?
What do you think? Ain't it obvious?
You lost.
Well, don't be so blunt. I didn't lose. I had a setback. I grow weary of this insect. Is there not one among you that is worthy of my attention? Man, the nerve of this guy.
Hey, Tim, why don't you challenge him? After all, you're the best duelist I've ever seen. I'll bet you can beat him.
What do you say, Tim? Do it. Show him who's boss around here. Hello, are you my next victim? I think we are gonna duel him. I think he ends up backing out anyways. I hope you're better than the last one. Come on, let us through. Master Seto, Master Hai Shin calls for you. So be it. The duel is postponed. Am I correct in assuming that you frequent the town's duel guild? That's right. Then, wait there. I shall grace you with a visit. Seto is my name. Remember. Can you believe that guy? And made with attitude.
Yeah, a real charmer.
I got a feeling, Tim, you'll put him in his place. Won't you, buddy? Come on, let's look around and then head for the duel field. Okay, so we are gonna go into the card shop. We are gonna save. By the way, if y'all have ever played this, if you lose one duel, it is game over. You have to start over. So we are going to do our due diligence and we are going to save already. By the way, y'all do need to save onto a PS1 memory card if y'all are playing on a PS2. That is actually what happened to me. So make sure that you have a PS1 memory card. And in our next duel, we are going to be fighting Seto. And I'm very curious. I'm not too sure how his deck is, but we'll find out. So leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thanks. Bye.